so fucking disappointed in you.
For what?
We're doing an episode today about Rhode Island.
And
You specifically bought Dell's Shandies,
mm-hmm.
and you're not drinking a Narragansett Dell's Shandy
Oh, I didn't even notice you had
for
yours.
this occasion.
Yeah. Well, I already drank a few yesterday when we were doing yard work. That was the reason we bought it.
We're doing an episode about Rhode Island.
Yeah. Sorry.
All right. Welcome to episode 9 of While She's Napping. I am Adam.
And I'm Cindy.
And tonight we're going to discuss and celebrate our home state
Mm-hmm.
where we were born.
Yep. And have lived for our whole lives.
Neither an island nor a road.
But it has both roads and islands.
Yes. Yes. We're going to break down the nitty gritty about Rhode Island throughout this entire episode. We put a couple of polls up on
We put a lot of polls up
on the Facebook. And so we'll get into that whole shebang real quick, but I do want to say that, this past weekend, given the whole, phase 1 social distance,
mm-hmm.
sometimes when you have a weekend like this, all you realize all you need is a little bit of yard work and a little bit of vitamin D.
Mm-hmm. Made a huge difference.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. We got to eat outside yesterday and cook on the grill and all that good stuff.
Put some mulch down.
Yeah. Well, I did all the mulch. You did the grass, your
mowed
favorite
the lawn
thing.
and raked
And then looked
some
at
dead
it
grass.
from the window with your hand on your hip
Mhm.
and your dad's shoes.
Oh, yeah. Yes, I did.
It's all part of the process.
Yep. Well, if you're a dad and you don't have dad shoes while you do stuff around the house, I don't give a fuck what you look like. You need dad shoes, or else it's not going to be done to its fullest potential.
And the dad jokes don't come out unless you have those shoes on.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
You ever notice dads when they see someone that they know come into a room? It's always, here comes trouble. But the guy is probably like the lamest person ever.
Yeah, it could be anybody.
Or he had like 2 beers once, and that dad's like, oof.
See, you are my dad. Like I said,
I wouldn't
last
say
week.
that to anybody.
No, you guys, okay. Give it a few years.
Not yet.
Yeah.
I can still hold down 2 beers and not be like, all right.
No, I
time
mean
to
about
go
the
crazy.
jokes. I just mean about the jokes.
I don't ever see myself when I see my friends come into the house or a room, me being like, oh, here's trouble.
That's what I'm saying. That's like advanced dad jokes. You're getting
You
there.
need a mustache
Yeah.
in order to do that.
Yeah.
In order
My
to say
dad's a
that.
pro with the dad jokes.
Well, hey, while we're on the topic of jokes and whatnot, so the Mother's Day episode was pretty well received. The expansion of the show is still ongoing, and people from all over the United States and all over the world are continuing to listen. So we appreciate that. Shout out to people all over the U.S., Canada, the U.K., Sweden, South Africa, Australia. All over the U.S., as I mentioned, we got obviously Rhode Island, Massachusetts, California, Connecticut, Florida, Michigan, Virginia, Arizona, Indiana, New York, Ohio, Texas, Vermont, and parts unknown. That means the Ultimate Warriors family is listening to this. So yeah, if you're listening to this for the first time, if you stumbled upon this because you are also a Rhode Islander and you want to hear a audio version of a celebration of your state, welcome. If you stumbled upon this for the first time and you have no idea what Rhode Island is, I assure you, you are not alone. And I hope you enjoy this episode, and I hope you become more, well-versed when it comes to the continental U.S. and its parts, one of the 13 original colonies.
And I have to give a shout out to your mom, who's our newest subscriber on Podbean.
Yes.
Yeah.
My mom figured it out.
And it was hilarious. Last week,
What
I
station
had her.
is it on?
I had her listen to a couple pit.
Is it on the AM?
Yeah. She listened to just a segment of the Mother's Day episode where you were talking about how you like outsmarted them as a kid. And how
No,
they couldn't.
I even gave her credit. I did not
I
outsmart her.
know, but like the whole thing about how
I
you
had
couldn't be
pot.
grounded because you would just leave and all that, and it was hilarious. Like her reaction listening to that was so funny.
But did she say I was wrong?
Yes and no. Yes.
Okay.
So she agreed with what I said about that she was just pretending like she didn't know what was going on with the pot thing because
Yeah.
she just didn't want to deal with it. She
Sure.
let your dad take the reins. So
Okay.
Yeah.
But she concedes that.
there was a lot of laughing and nodding.
Okay.
hmm
All right. I don't lie. If you're listening to this for the first time, whether through Reddit, Instagram, Twitter, welcome. If you are listening to this on Apple Podcasts, please take the time to give us 5 stars and a quick review. We appreciate it. And if you're listening to any sort of podcatcher that has a rating system, a review system, or what have you, please give us the full boat. I promise you that, we're doing this for fun, but at the same time, we want to be able to connect with as many individuals as possible. And for this episode, to celebrate where we were born and where we have lived our entire lives, this nice little hidden gem in the United States, it means a lot to us. So if you like what you hear, even if you don't, please give us 5 stars and a quick review. And if you want to banter to us, you can hit us up on Twitter. That's where I navigate. At She's Napping Pod. The Twitter interactions have been a little few and far between, so I'd like to get that up. So if you're on Twitter and you want to interact with me, feel free to do so at She's Napping Pod. But the main hub, and I'm surprised, Cindy is in charge of the facebook.com/while she's napping, and that's pretty popping. We got a lot of people participating in the polls.
It's hilarious because
They like pictures.
I'm pretty sure it was our first episode that we talked about social media and how we don't really do social media.
No. What we said is we do not want we do not want to put our child on social media.
Right. That was the main premise of the episode. But within that, we talked about how neither of us are really regular social media users and how I don't do Twitter at all. And
Listen,
how we might not even make a Facebook page for the podcast.
Listen.
But
our president says you can say something and then deny it.
fair enough.
So
Then I guess it's true.
we never said that. It's not what we said.
Yep.
So if you want to interact with us on the Facebook page, facebook.com/while she's napping. And if you want some anonymity, you want to make it private, you can email us.
At whileshe'snapping@gmail.com.
Please. We both utilize the email. We both have access. We have access to everything.
Mm-hmm.
But primarily Cindy's the moderator of the Facebook. I do the Twitter. We do the email together. So hit us up. Talk to us. Don't be bashful. So today we're going to talk about Rhode Island. The biggest thing that I've come to know about being from Rhode Island is literally if you are not from Massachusetts and Connecticut, no one knows what the fuck Rhode Island is. Like if you talk to people outside of Massachusetts, Connecticut, no one knows.
I'd say New England and New York.
Okay.
Outside
maybe.
of that.
Maybe. Like how often have you talked to someone out of state, like Midwest,
Mm-hmm.
West Coast, whatever, and you're like, I'm from Rhode Island. What? Long Island?
Long Island?
No, Rhode Island. Long
Yep.
Island. No. Rhode Island. New York? Boston. I'm
Yeah,
from Boston.
Oh, Boston. Okay. Yeah.
That's just what you do. And it's,
Right.
like I said, neither an island nor a road.
Mm-hmm.
It is not, well, there is portions of it offshore, but the state itself is connected to the fucking continent, guys.
We're not Hawaii.
No.
Yeah.
We're connected. We're there. We're the nip. This is how I like to put it to people that don't know. If you look at the United States, right, it kind of looks like a weird ass chicken. We're the nipple of the chicken.
Which is funny because our state bird is a Rhode Island red.
Red what?
It's a chicken
It's a red
or
cock.
a rooster. Okay.
I call it the red cock. It's got to be
There
the
you
red
go.
cock. So let's get a little history out of the way, and then we can talk about Rhode Island. Founded by Roger Williams, who declared it a place of religious freedom. It's kind of true. The first colony in America to declare independence on May 4th, 1776. And we were the last of the 13 original colonies to become part of the Union. In other words, Rhode Island was theoretically going to be like, fuck this. We're just going to be our own place.
Yeah.
And we were dubbed Rogue Island by the remaining 12 original colonies. This quickly changed after being threatened with having its exports taxed as a foreign nation. So the other 12 colonies were like, look,
you can do this, but
we are going to destroy your wallet. Not the best. All right, fine.
Yeah.
So basically, like, we were the last. Like, if you're familiar with wrestling, we're the last members that joined the NWO begrudgingly. But this is cool. We were the first state to make anti-slavery official, passing laws as early as 1652. So
nice.
Not a lot of credit goes to Rhode Island or acknowledgement at all, but we were the first to be like, you know what, slavery, pretty fucked up.
Yep.
So there's that. We are the smallest state in the United States. It has been said that without traffic from the northern to the southern, most parts of the state, you can do it in about an hour.
Yeah, which is true. I mean, for several years, like 6 years, we lived in Providence and I worked in Charlestown, which is basically on the southern, southwestern corner of the state right next to Connecticut. And it was about an hour.
Yeah. And this is why Rhode Islanders are so goddamn spoiled. Like, when it comes to travel, I'm guilty of it sometimes too. Like, for instance, today, our friend was, giving away firewood, like just literally giving it away. We live in Coventry. And outside of Rhode Island, if you call it Coventry, we have a problem. It's Coventry.
I think there's a place in the UK called Coventry.
Yes. No, it's Coventry.
Yeah.
Not Coventry. No. Anyways, we live in Coventry, and a friend of ours was like, yo, free firewood in North Providence. I'm like,
yeah, which
that's fine.
I haven't responded to his message yet.
15 minutes away.
So thank you for your offer. But the reason we didn't come is because Adam didn't want to drive all the way to North Providence.
So usually cities and towns are approximately like, if you're taking back roads, it's probably like 15 minutes.
Yeah, nothing is very far from anything else.
So we have like two major highways. We have 95 and 295.
Right.
Those are the two major ones. And literally exits are maybe 5 miles.
Not even. Like a mile in between each exit.
We're spoiled.
Yeah, totally. And this came up in one of the polls. There was some discussion about some of the businesses or the places that we included were just Providence locations. And so some of our friends were like, well, people outside of Providence would never know that this place existed. I'm like, but Providence is within an hour of literally any other place in the state. So
well, it's the hub.
Well, I understand. But that speaks to if you're from Providence or the surrounding area, you pretty much stay very local. Like, you're more likely to, if you're not from Providence, if you're from South County, from Westerly, you might not even know that this famous Providence business exists because it's all the way in Providence.
If you're from this, people in Rhode Island might not even know this. If you're from Wyoming, Rhode Island, there is a Wyoming, Rhode Island.
Yep.
Yeah. Never been. I've driven past it. I've driven past the exit
Didn't you
side.
live in Ashway?
I lived in Westerly.
Yeah.
Ashway. Yeah. Which is a badass band name, if anybody makes that.
Well, that's in this similar area. Wyoming is like Richmond.
Yeah. Yeah. So it should be noted that I know we've mentioned this on previous shows. I was born and raised in Providence, right? So I grew up, I wouldn't say in the cities. It was sort of the suburbs of the area of Providence. If you're listening to this and you're from Rhode Island, I grew up literally right down the street from LaSalle Academy, towards the other end of Academy, not towards Chalkstone, towards the other end. Born and raised in Providence. I've spent very small amount of time in other areas of the state, that being, like I just said, Westerly. This is my second time living in Coventry. You were born in Johnston. Kid. Johnston.
It's like the Jersey Shore of Rhode Island.
It's like there's North Providence, and Johnston was like, that's a good idea.
Yeah. Yep. Johnson is known for its own little quirks, and specifically, well, the Rhode Island accent is something we've kind of been referring to.
It is strong.
Yeah, it can be. Yeah, exactly. Yep. The Johnson accent is like its own thing. And somehow I've heard several people tell us before that our accents really aren't that strong. I've
heard it is the combination of uneducated and high on cocaine. That is how people have described the Rhode Island accent.
I mean,
as you can tell, we have purposely sort of purged that out of our
right. I don't know.
Speech.
I don't know why neither of us really have it very predominantly.
I talk to a lot of people from Toronto.
I was going to ask you what your the people you talk to from Canada, if they notice.
No.
I mean, they have an accent to us.
Yes.
Very strong Canadian accent. But I wonder if they have ever noticed one in you or either of us, if they listen to our podcast too, if they notice it in me. I know people say when I drink, my accent comes out.
Same.
Yeah.
Same. Hard.
Yep.
Hard kid.
Yeah.
Comes out hard. I will say that, when it comes to the intricacies of Rhode Island, we're going to get to them, but they are special, and each little city and town has their own little niche and their own little unique characteristics, and I love them all. I really do. Like, after researching everything about Rhode Island, I'm like, this place is fucking awesome. Anyways, it's the home of the big blue bug. If any of you have seen Dumb and Dumber, you have seen the big blue bug. Like, they do a drive-by of it, of the shot. I think, if I'm not mistaken, they only had one shot to do it, and they did it. If you haven't seen Dumb and Dumber, you can find it anywhere. Literally throw it in. It took place in the beginning in Providence, and then they went to Colorado. But if you check it out, you'll see the big blue bug. It's this giant bug on the side of the highway. And if you ever thought to make Rhode Island a tourist destination, you cannot stop and look at the bug. There is no pulling over. There's no, you have to pull over on the freeway to do this.
Right.
And there's an off ramp right next to it. It's just a mess. Like, it's going to have to be a drive-by shot with your camera, of course, of the big blue bug.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you know what the bug's name is? I meant
Does it
to
have
look
a
that
name?
up. I think he does.
Oh.
Let's Google it. I wanted to look that up. Yeah, that was one of our my first post about introducing our polls.
Nibbles.
Was a picture of
Nibbles Woodaway.
That's what it is. Nibbles Woodaway. Yeah, it's a termite. He's a termite.
It looks like a fly.
It
looks like a housefly.
That's why he's called Nibbles Woodaway.
And I know that now,
Woodaway.
but he looks like a housefly that's blue.
I think he looks like a blue termite.
Well, right now he has a face mask on.
Oh, he does?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's awesome. I know around the holidays they dress him up with antlers and a
And they put
red
lights
nose.
around him.
Yeah, and lights and everything. So he's very spirited. He's a good
He's
mascot
our big
of Rhode
blue
Island.
bug.
Yep.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
We are home of the Newport Jazz Festival, which has been growing in popularity. In fact, Nora Jones plays there often with a lot of other well-known artists.
But we've never been.
We've never been.
And we won't go this year.
Nope, it's not happening.
Nope.
It's also the home of the Tennis Hall of Fame. Okay, so if you're coming, I want to say northbound, from the north going south on 295.
So you're going southbound.
Yeah,
Yes,
but you're,
okay.
Sorry.
Yep.
If you're coming from like Attleboro, North Attleboro, and you come in and you see the Welcome to Rhode Island sign, it does say home of the Tennis
Jazz
Hall
Festival.
of Fame.
Sorry, you're
Tennis
on the
Hall of Fame.
Okay, yep.
Famous people from Rhode Island. This is pretty cool. Rocco Baldelli, the manager of the Twins, is from Woonsocket. Chris Iannetta, former MLB catcher, is from Providence. Tony Horton of P90X is from Westerly. We met that dude at URI.
Yeah, he came and did a special live workout because he went to URI.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he's
That
from
was awesome.
Westerly.
Yeah.
Olivia Colpo, Miss URI.
Rhode Island. Yep.
2012, Miss USA 2012, and Miss Universe 2012. She has an on and off thing with Danny Amendola, and now she's dating Christian McCaffrey.
Why did I think she was involved with one of the Jonas brothers?
She was.
Okay, I was right about that.
Yes,
right.
she was.
Okay.
Yeah, and then she had an on and off thing with Danny Amendola, and now it's Christian McCaffrey.
Okay.
Yeah. Farrelly brothers, the directors of Dumb and Dumber, Shallow Hal, Me, Myself, and Irene. Also, Jim Carrey is a Rhode Island state trooper.
Farley?
Farrelly.
Oh.
That's what I said.
Okay.
There's Something About Mary. They all directed that, the both of them. They're from Cumberland.
I think Something About Mary takes place in Rhode Island, doesn't it?
Sure.
I think it does.
I know Me, Myself, and Irene Jim Carrey is a Rhode Island state trooper.
Okay.
And they are also classified as the best dressed state troopers. Rhode Island.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
They are very
pretty
tip-top
sharp
shape.
Yep.
Paulie D, Jersey Shore guy. It's from
Johnston.
Kid. So from my understanding,
I didn't even know you had that in here, and I described Johnston as the Jersey Shore of Rhode Island.
Yeah, he's from Johnston.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people I have interacted with. Obviously, we'll get to that in a bit. No, Paulie D. Sage Francis, underground hip hop artist, is from Providence. Jesse Leash, lead singer of Kill Switch Engage. It's from Providence. Did not know that either. Mike Stud, he's a rapper. He's from Cranston. Erica Van Pelt, former American Idol contestant, was born in Providence literally the day before my birthday. So she was born on December 12th, 1985.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I used to work at a restaurant, and she did karaoke there. And it's like, come see Erica Van. No,
I remember that. Yeah.
No one came.
I watched her season of American Idol. I remember that. Yeah.
Leon Wilkerson, former bassist of Leonard Skinner, is from Newport, Rhode Island.
Oh, I didn't know that
cool.
either. That's cool.
Vinny Paz, former boxer who held the world lightweight and light middleweight championship, is from Providence. John McCulley, singer and songwriter of Deer Tick, is from Providence. I went to high school with him. I was temporarily in a band with this kid for like a month or two.
That's really cool.
I used to hang out with him. I don't know if I can disparage him. I don't care. I used to smoke weed with him.
I don't think that's a secret.
He used to call me Acorn.
That's great.
He was a good guy.
Yeah, I don't think I ever met him.
Rhode Island is the home of the flying carousel, horse carousel. It's the oldest carousel in the nation.
Is that the one at Roger Williams?
Mm-hmm. No.
Oh.
I don't know where it is. I might have been on it.
Yeah, because Roger Williams Park has the Carousel Village, which is the one that I always went to. I don't know where the other ones are.
Flying Horse Carousel, the amusement park.
Oh, it's in Watch Hill.
Is that? Yes. There you go. Okay.
Westerly.
Yep.
Okay.
The more you know.
Do you not have Taylor Swift on this
I
list?
do not, because she's not from Rhode Island.
Fair enough. But she has a house in Watch Hill.
I do not have James Woods on this because he was not born in Rhode Island. The dude from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I do not have him on.
You don't have to defend it. I was just curious because Watch Hill made me think of it.
You got to be born in Rhode Island to make the list.
All right. Let's hear the rest of the list.
Home of the... I already said that. The first circus in U.S. history was in Newport in 1774. Ann and Hope. Remember Ann and Hope?
Oh, yeah.
First discount department store in the U.S.
My mom used to work there, I think.
Ann and Hope. They had the yellow bags.
Yep.
The yellow plastic bags. I think the old Warwick site is still up. I know there's one. There used to be one, obviously, in Seekonk. They don't exist anymore. The oldest operating tavern in the U.S. is in Rhode Island. It's called the White Horse Tavern. We've been there. Have we?
I think so. If we have, it's been a long time.
I
know of it. I'm pretty sure we went at some point.
The oldest schoolhouse in the United States, built in 1716, is in Portsmouth, Rhode Island. Shout out to Portsmouth. Bristol has the longest running unbroken 4th of July observance in the nation since 1785, which makes me wonder what they're going to do this year. They got to do it.
They're going to have to do something.
Think about it. The Spanish flu didn't stop it.
Yeah, but
1918.
How did that turn out for everybody?
I don't know, but I'm just saying it didn't stop them.
Maybe they did it on a smaller scale, or maybe they did it and a lot of people got sick.
That's what I think will happen.
Yeah.
But you can't.
I know it's a huge thing. I don't know what they're going to do.
Which one of the polls I wanted to put up was Bristol 4th of July or Scituate Art Festival, if you had to choose one.
I thought you were going to say Bristol Parade or like a 4th of July cookout. I didn't know you're going to compare the two different times a year.
Obviously,
for me,
they don't take place at the same time. But if you had to choose one, I'm choosing Scituate.
Of course, that's where we go all the time. I've only been to the Bristol Parade maybe once or twice because I have.
You just sit in a chair and you just look at stuff.
Yeah, but I have at least one friend who participates in the parade. She does one of the floats and gets all dressed up, and it's pretty cool. It's a big thing for her and her family. They've been doing it forever. And I have other friends who go every year, and it's a huge tradition. But we've always gone to the festival.
Yeah, the only downfall about the Scituate Art Festival is, there's two. Now that we have a child, not that we have a child, that's not the downfall. It's in the carriage trying to maneuver around people. It's crowded. It's like, excuse me.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Like that. And when you're walking down the main strip and you're just like, oh my, I know that person. No eye contact. Just keep walking, keep walking, keep walking. Please don't say hi to me. Please don't say like
That's
that.
So funny. I have that. I was thinking of that just like for a general best things about Rhode Island. One of the things I was thinking is that everybody knows everybody. And it's like, and that's also one of the worst things about Rhode Island.
Yes.
Like no matter where you go, like there's a really good chance you're going to run into somebody that you know, even if it's from long time ago, like someone you from high school, or like I know for a lot of my friends who are teachers, they run into their students or their students' parents, and it's like super awkward.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like
it's like guaranteed that it's going to happen no matter where you go, especially something like the Scituate Art Festival.
When
it's
you
really
go to
popular.
the Scituate Art Festival, you're like, you already know the people that you would like to see if they're going to be there.
Right.
Because you've made plans to meet up.
Right.
Everyone else, you're like, don't fucking talk to me. Don't, like, just... I have to pretend.
Because if you do, then you like,
then,
you just,
hey,
yeah, and you just
up?
like stand in the middle of the path, and you're like in everybody's way, and it's
we should hang out.
Yeah,
we're not.
It's not gonna happen.
We're not gonna hang out. We're not. I'm pretending to put your new phone. I must have lost your. I deleted it. Heads up. The first diner ever, the Modern Diner, is in Pawtucket.
Yep.
Fun fact. It's not Pawtucket. It's Pawtucket. Like it's P-U-H Tucket.
Yeah.
Like you're tucking it in. Tuck it. Pawtucket. Like P apostrophe Pawtucket.
Yeah.
Like you're sneezing. Pawtucket. And this is a fun fact. I was actually talking to my baseball friends. The first ever World Series champions were the Providence Grays in 1884. This was before the MLB was the MLB, but it was still a professional league. It was like a subsidiary of the MLB. They're still regarded as the first world champions. They are the first World Series champions, the Providence Grays. Old Haas Redborn, I think his name was, or whatever. He was a pitcher. He's fucking filthy. He was great. Babe Ruth played in Providence for a little bit. That's when they became the minor league team of the Red Sox. So, yeah. Providence Grays, it doesn't exist anymore. Obviously, the field is gone. I don't know what is built on it, but I know it's like near Onlyville. But yeah.
Well, and now we have McCoy Stadium in
and it's gone.
I know. This was supposed to be the last season. It's so sad. We had season tickets. Well, we had a special package.
We had
to
4
go,
tickets,
right,
to
to like
games.
opening day, the last game,
4th
and
of
a
July.
few. Yeah. But didn't the Paw Sox have the longest game in?
Yes, they have the longest game in
is it baseball history? Yeah,
yes.
not just minor
innings.
leagues.
33 innings.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yep. And they used to sell the cups.
Right, that's how I remember. I remember seeing the cups that had the inning, the
Yep.
score all the way around, the scoreboard. Yeah.
You guys missed out. There's a chance that McCoy Stadium will still be in operation next season because with the halting of the baseball season and everything that's going on, the Woo Sox, because now they're moving to Worcester, Worcester,
which is in Massachusetts.
It's in Mass. They had to halt construction. So there's a good chance that they are not going to be finished in time for the start of the baseball season next year. And the Pawtucket mayor has already said that he's willing to extend the lease, obviously, for the Paw Sox. So hopefully, knock on desk here, we're able to see McCoy Stadium one last time. And if you guys missed out, especially if you live in Rhode Island, you got to go.
Yeah.
It's the cheapest date night we've ever done. And it's one of the best.
It's cheaper than going to the movies.
It's like, you can literally get tickets for free. I'm serious. If you go the day of the game, they're probably like lawn or general admission seats. But if you're just like, just look for people, they'll give you free tickets.
The stadium's so small that it doesn't
it's
really
so
matter.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, it's not nice. It's just,
it's old.
It's home.
But it's very nostalgic for us.
It's home. You know, I used to go there with my dad all the time, and the concessions are cheap. The beer is cheap. You can get like a 12, 16 ounce beer for like $6.
Yeah. It's
easy.
Like half as much as going to Fenway for any of the concessions. Yeah.
It's not even close.
Yep.
And we feel like high rollers when we get like the green seats, the lower level seats, spend a cool $12 a ticket.
Yeah.
I mean,
VIP.
when general admission is $10 and lower level, like front row, is $12.
Yeah, why
like,
not?
what are we doing?
Yeah.
Spend the $2.
Yep.
Other cool things about Rhode Island, we experience all 4 seasons. And I was saying to you yesterday, said if Rhode Island could always be fall and spring, it'd be perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Which, here's another poll we did not put up. I'll get your take. Rhode Island fall or Rhode Island summer?
That's really hard for me.
I
think fall, but
because I'm pale as fuck.
I know. I feel like every year I'm so anxious for summer, and then when it gets here, like the past like week or so, like this weekend that we had was so nice and it was so refreshing, and I love
70
being
degrees.
outside.
I still have to put it on SPF 50.
Yeah.
That's how pale.
Well, it doesn't matter how hot it is. The sun is still out.
I know, but
yeah. But then when we get into the heat of the summer, like in
The
July,
humidity,
August, and it's like,
it's rough.
yeah, when it's really hot, it's like it's hard to enjoy that outdoor time as much. So yeah, I feel like the transition into the summer is awesome.
Yeah.
And then the whole fall is great.
Fall's great,
Mhm.
and it's becoming, again, I don't know if this has anything to do with climate change, but it's becoming a little bit longer than I think it was when I was a kid, or it just
Fall
feels
is?
a little longer. Yeah, like
Mhm.
winter now,
Our winters have just been really mild,
they don't hit until like December,
at least.
right?
Yeah.
Remember that one year it was like 65 degrees on Christmas?
Yeah,
I walked out with shorts on.
I know. That was in the last like 5 years.
We were
That wasn't
living
that
in
long ago.
Providence at the time.
Yeah. Mhm.
I remember taking the garbage out in like
Shorts.
a no sleeve
Yeah.
shirt. I was like, what is going on?
Yep.
I want to say that was like 2015.
This winter, we barely had a winter.
Yeah, we didn't have a nor'easter, kid.
No, we had snow like a week and a half ago.
Did
Remember on my
were
birthday
schools ever canceled because of snow?
this year?
Yeah.
I
No
don't
school
think so.
Foster Gloucester?
I don't think so.
No? All right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, COVID did it. So
Yeah, right. I made up for it.
I got to lean the fall.
Yeah.
Like, for me, there's nothing better than a cool, crisp autumn day in Rhode Island, going apple picking with a hot Dunkin' pumpkin spice coffee. Like, I know that sounds super lame.
So basic.
Yeah.
You're so basic.
Yo, I'm not getting Starbucks.
You love your PSLs.
I'm getting Dunkin'.
Yeah.
It's not a latte.
Okay, you do get lattes.
When they're on sale.
Yeah.
When they're $2.
Between 2 and 6 p.m. or whatever
Yeah,
that
when
is.
they're $2. Goddamn right. Until I realized that you're getting less because the foam is like half the cup.
Oh, because you're getting espresso. It's not coffee. It's espresso
Yeah.
and milk.
No. I want the whole cup. Give me the whole thing.
Okay.
Fill
Then
it
just
up.
get okay.
I have to get a large. I'll have to upcharge.
I mean, that's what a latte is.
No. No. It's not fair. Anyways, so like as we said, it's one of the benefits of living in Rhode Island is that you can't be late for things, and when you are, something is wrong. Like something is wrong when you're like, all right, I don't want to call anyone out, but
I was
like
just gonna say
specific family members of yours.
You know who you
We
are.
have to operate on that person's time. Like, how are you late for this when we live?
We have a
20
system.
minutes away.
You have to tell them the thing is starting an hour before it's actually starting.
Rule of thumb, if you want to get somewhere on time in Rhode Island, I feel the rule of thumb is always 30 minutes.
Pretty much.
Like, got to leave 30 minutes beforehand. And you're pretty much guaranteed to, at worst, be on time or early, more than likely.
Yeah. Yeah, it
Wherever
depends.
you
I mean,
go.
unless you're going through Providence at rush hour or something like
Or
that.
to, like, go to
Or
Newport.
Newport, yeah. I mean, that's a pretty good rule of thumb.
It should be noted that Providence is the main city of Rhode Island. If you're looking for a more serious discussion on Providence and its political history, we're going to shout out another podcast here. They have no idea, but listen to Crime Town. Listen to season 1 of Crime Town. It's all about Buddy Cianci. And the amount of pictures I've had with him as a little boy playing Little League at Mount Pleasant with my picture with Buddy Cianci, I'm just like thinking when I was a kid, I was like, I have to do this, not knowing that this guy was like one of the biggest crime lords in Rhode Island.
Yeah, I know.
And then he ran for mayor again.
And yeah, everybody still loved him. It didn't matter.
Well, the roads were cleared.
Right.
Like he had to get his money,
Right.
move his money around, so he had to, plow the roads.
Mhm.
Everything was great on Buddy's watch.
Yeah.
Providence was good. You didn't know. You weren't in Providence.
No. No, I mean, I know of him, but yeah, I didn't live in the city. So,
Yeah, Providence.
I mean, I was a whole 5 minutes away in Johnston. Another world.
Here's another one. Providence to go out and party it up, or Newport at night?
The super Rhode Island answer is Providence because it's closer to anywhere I've ever lived.
Fair, yeah, because the drive home is rough from Newport.
Yeah, and you have to go over the bridge, which the toll now is like $4.
The drive home from Newport is rough. 30 minutes. It's rough.
Yeah. Well, and you have to go over the bridge, which I'm not crazy about.
I have a little bit
of it's $4 each way, and I don't like going over the bridge.
I feel you.
Yeah,
I'd say summertime Newport. Any
Probably.
other time,
I just haven't
Providence.
done it a lot. I mean, we had a friend's wedding that was in Newport, and it was awesome. Yeah, but we never spent a lot of time there.
Walking on the cobblestone.
Oh God,
I
my shoes actually broke that night. Remember?
It's terrible.
Yep.
Newport's nice though. It's kind of historic.
It's definitely historic.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Check out the Newport mansions if you guys want to take a trip to Rhode Island. We are a very specific kind of people. I said we are the perfect blend of compassion and asshole.
We're like a diet masshole.
No, I don't even want to be associated with that. We are our own people. I understand there are similarities, and I'm not hating on you. I understand there are similarities between Massachusetts and Rhode Island. It's unavoidable, but I feel like Rhode Island, we are our own people.
Yeah, in some ways. I just think, like we were saying at the beginning, people associate anyone from this general area with Boston. We're kind of similar to Boston.
If you are from out of state and not New England or, New York, and you come to any function, like a college party or something, or at a bar, you're probably going to get offended by something someone says, and I assure you to them it's completely innocuous.
Right. People are going to be, in the same breath, someone will be one of the friendliest people you've ever met and also offend you.
Yeah.
In the same sentence.
Yeah,
it's bizarre.
We talk really fast, if you haven't noticed from this podcast.
And we're not even that bad. Same thing with our accents. We don't talk as fast as a lot of people we know.
No, Rhode Islanders talk really fast, and we can get loud.
Yeah. Especially
those Johnson girls.
Italians.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Italian families we know. It's
Federal Hill, though. Shout out to Federal Hill.
Yeah. Amazing food.
Well,
very
not
historic.
so much anymore. Venda ravioli is great.
Mm-hmm.
I went to school with Mike Costantino.
Yep.
Venda ravioli. I went to middle school and high school with him. So yeah, our sarcasm is second to none. I put this down, and you touched on it. There's this theory of 6 degrees of separation in the world, and Rhode Island's 2.
Yeah, max.
And that's generous.
Right. Yeah.
Everybody knows everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, you think I know a guy came from New York? No, that's Rhode Island.
No, it's literal. Anything you need, someone you talk to will be like, oh yeah, I know a guy.
Look, chances are if someone says to you, I know a guy, it's unreliable. Don't just, nope. Nope. No.
Yeah.
It's not going to get done right. It's going to be rigged. It's going to be acceptable. And you're going to pay a little under what a professional would charge.
You'll pay it under the table.
It's under the table. Checks are questionable, but we'll take them.
Yeah.
Preferably cash. I know a guy. That's a Rhode Island thing.
Mm-hmm.
I got this guy, Jimmy. I got this guy. I'll take care of it. What's he do? He's gonna take care of you. Don't worry. Tell him I sent you.
Mm-hmm. But on a serious note, sometimes it is nice to be able to get personal recommendations for people. If you need a contractor or whatever. It's if someone is, conducting bad business on a regular basis, people are going to know about it.
Oh yeah.
A business can't get very far because everybody knows everybody, and the word's going to get out, and people are going to be warned against working with that particular contractor or business or whatever because their friends told them that they sucked. And maybe that's not specific to Rhode Island, but just because of the limited degrees of separation, I feel like it, word spreads quickly.
Yeah, if you're from Rhode Island, you know what I'm referring to here, but I'm not going to name names of companies. I work for the biggest plumbing company in Rhode Island.
That one. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Jenny. That's my hit. Yeah. We have. I feel like Rhode Island is the home of the best jingles for things.
Yeah. This was another runner-up poll.
Like, you have the Block Island Ferry.
Yep.
Sail away to the Block Island Ferry. You got the heavy hitter called Rob Levine. Call 1-800-LOVE-1222. You got you have Gem.
Mm-hmm.
Gem Boys. 8675309.
And did they just get rid of the phone number?
They still have it, but they don't advertise it.
Yeah, but that was their
People
actual
would
phone
call-
number. Yeah.
Apex. Something for everyone at Apex.
Yep.
You got
I love that one.
Apex. You'll feel better at police. Yeah. And you have like the most weirdest personnel. Ed Tarbox here.
Yeah.
Tarbox Toyota.
Yep.
Hi, I'm Ed Tarbox.
Is that the same one with the woman with the really Rhode Island accent that's so annoying?
You'll never pay a dime.
Yeah, that one. I
Pay
always
more
change
than
it.
a dime.
Oh my
I don't
God,
know what
it's
that
awful.
is. It's not Tarbox.
No, it's another car dealer though, I think.
Oh yeah, they're
Yeah.
everywhere.
Oof. I always have to change the channel. I can't listen to that.
If you get your hands on some Rhode Island jingles, do it. But like we got the Nairobi boys,
Mhm.
R.I.P. Sorry, one of them.
Yep.
My apologies. I don't know which one has passed away, but Nick, Ron, Pete, Nairobi, the Cardis boys,
Mhm.
Providence Place Mall. That's probably gonna die soon too. Sucks.
And Benny's.
Benny's is gone.
I know. Every
Long
time we need
gone.
something, like we're like we need lawn bags. Oh, let's just go to bed.
Can't go to Benny's.
Well, we need a rake and we
need rakes.
we need a tarp. We need firewood. We could probably just get all that in one trip to bed. Oh.
Yeah, but there's still Job Lot.
Yeah. Yep. That's the next best thing.
Job Lot is the most unorganized, like, it has everything.
Yeah, it's just like a mashup of all the random shit you could
But
possibly need.
It's so dirty. It's so dusty. And it's all like knockoff stuff. But
Yeah.
it's like the just good enough to get
Or
you
like
by for like a
near
month.
expiring stuff. Like you could still use it, but use it now.
Like it's kind of Hanes. Like you want underwear that's
Yeah.
kind of Hanes. It's like it has the Hanes logo, but handwritten on top. It's kinda sort of Hanes.
Yep.
Oh, this is Jock and back on the scene with the records.
The new sound of the 80s. Suddenly you hear it everywhere. It's all beat and all talk. It tells
So you want to recap our polls from
How
the
many
week?
do we have?
8.
We had
did
8 polls up
Yep.
on the Facebook.
Yep.
And after we put these up, we're like, why are all of them food?
Yeah. I mean, I guess Rhode Island is pretty well known for its food. I mean, there are certain things that it's pretty famous for.
Do you also have the percentages?
I do.
Okay.
Yep, for
All
each
right.
poll.
Lay them on me.
Yep. So we started with frozen lemonade, given that the warm weather is coming, and that seemed to be an appropriate choice.
Mhm.
And we did Dell's lemonade versus Mr. Lemon. And
This is one of those, if you're not from Providence, you
yes,
don't know
this
what
was the
Mr.
one
Lemon
that got
is.
that comment. Yep. And Dell's did end up winning with 69%
it
of the
won.
votes. Yeah, that's my choice too. But I do think there's some fairness to that comment that Dell's is statewide. Mr. Lemon is specific to Providence. I didn't really know Mr. Lemon. I mean, I knew of it, but I wasn't as likely to go to it as Dell's because when I was growing up, even in Johnston, 5 minutes outside of Providence, Dell's was the one that came to to the park or to my neighborhood or to our sports game. Like the Dell's truck was
Look,
there.
What
Not
about
Mr. Lemon.
Iggy's?
What about it?
It's in one location. But
No, it's
people
not.
know
It's in Warwick and
The main hub,
Narragansett, I think.
the main Iggy's is in Warwick, like the one that people go to all the time.
yeah.
People
But is
still-
there a competitor like Iggy's that's
I'm
somewhere
sure
else?
there are like knockoff doughboys
Yeah.
and clam cakes and stuff elsewhere.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I don't think people would call Mr. Lemon a knockoff of Dell's. You know what I mean?
Well,
It's just a Providence specific business.
you have those frozen lemonade companies at like knockoff zoos that have the Dell's looking cup, but it just says like frozen lemonade on it. It doesn't have the Dell's logo.
Right.
Mr. Lemon is not that.
Yeah.
They
right.
do their own thing.
Yes. Yep.
It's a small little shop. If you
Mhm.
guys are from Rhode Island, you don't know.
That's good.
Mr.
But
Lemon,
to
you
me,
should go.
Dell's is like
It's got to be Dell's.
is Rhode Island.
And I was the one that introduced you
To the pretzel.
You got to put a pretzel rod in
Mhm.
there.
Yep.
You have to bite it horizontally.
Right.
So you have
You
like
create
a
a
little
spoon.
You have a spoon, and that is how you eat it, and it's the perfect blend of like sweet and salty. It's
Yep.
the best. And I swear to God, if anybody is using a straw for their Dells, you are out of town or there's something up. Like you were not raised
Straw
correctly.
or an actual
you have to bend it.
Yep. You
Squeeze
squeeze it.
the cup and you tap the bottom and you wait for that glob that you're waiting for to smack you right in the face. It's
Yeah,
just
was it
like,
one of my friends said that? She's like,
so
if you've
good.
never had that last bit of Dell's come up and smack you in the face and go up your nose, then are you really from Rhode Island?
with the lemon peel that's
Yep,
just
the lemon
so
peels.
bitter, and
I know,
you're
it's
just like,
gross.
I have to chew on it. I have to eat this.
That's the only part of Dell's I don't like is the lemon peel.
I'll accept the spoon, maybe.
Yeah,
I'll accept the spoon over a straw.
sure. But neither.
You
is
gotta
the
do
right,
a pretzel
is the
rod.
right
Drop
choice.
the 10 cents. Get the pretzel rod.
Yep. All right. So next up, we did cake because we have at least one Rhode Island business that is very well known for its chocolate cake. It's Death by Chocolate Cake, which is from Greg's.
Greg's, yeah.
And then we have
3 G's total.
Yes. And then we have Cello's, which also has a really delicious chocolate fudge cake.
And they have a bomb banana cream pie, but
Yes, and banana berry and lots of other things. And Greg's won pretty much by a landslide, 76% for
makes
Greg's.
me sad.
I mean, so even though full disclosure, I worked at Cello's for many years in
Mm-hmm.
college, and their cake is delicious and their food is pretty good. I mean, for like a family, like, you know, just like a casual dining
Dude,
place.
Sundays
yeah,
at
all
Cello's.
you can eat chicken at Cello's is amazing.
Look, I know
Yeah.
people like to talk about Wright's Farm in Rhode
Mm.
Island for their family style chicken, and look, that's a staple.
Yep,
But I lean Cello's.
I agree. I think the Cello's all you
minus-
can eat chicken
well-
is better. I just think the chicken is better.
The fries are better at Wright's.
I love the Cello's steak fries
If
or their curly
Cello's
fries.
was
are
able
great, too.
to
They're probably
sub out
frozen.
the curly fries,
Yeah.
no, see,
Yeah.
Wright's Farm fries are
They're like
bomb.
the actual russet potatoes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're legit. Mm-hmm.
But the pasta at Cello's, I'll take their pasta and salad.
I don't even care about the pasta and salad. I'll eat the chicken
No,
and fries.
no one gets refills on the salad.
No, it's
You
chicken
get
and
like
fries.
2 tomatoes.
Yeah. You know, so when I
and
worked there.
iceberg lettuce.
Yep. No, you were supposed to, when we were serving that, I remember the Cellos might get mad at me for saying
Corners?
this, but whatever. No, you counted the number of tomatoes and cucumbers and stuff that went in the salad based on the number of people in the party. It's like each person got 1 tomato and 1 cucumber. I remember
But they're
that.
smart. They don't let you get refills and not eat it.
Right. You can't take it. I mean, that's pretty standard for anything that's like buffet or family
Yeah, but
style, I think.
after softball games, we've had waitresses who's like,
yeah, they
I
don't give a shit.
fuck.
They're like, yeah, just
Just
take it.
take
They're
it.
just going to throw it away.
I know.
I mean, I used to do that. I used
I
to
know.
give it away. As long as I knew the person wasn't coming in just to order that, just to take the extra serving home. Like if you legitimately ordered it and just didn't finish it, whatever.
But softball games, after softball games, going to Cello's for all you can eat chicken.
And they have
On a
beer and
Sunday,
margarita
You
specials.
have what is it, like an 18-ounce beer, like a tall stein,
Yeah, it's like a 20 ounce.
20-ounce,
Yep.
whatever, for like $5.
Mm-hmm.
You get like, yeah, you're drinking Bud Light or
Or
whatever,
Gansett.
Gansett,
Mm-hmm.
but you have that after a hot
so refreshing.
day, especially after a doubleheader.
Or they have $2.99 margaritas.
Can't beat it. Half off apps on Sunday. We're like promoting this.
I know.
place.
If Cello's doesn't give us a sponsorship after this, I don't know
Christ.
what will.
But look, when it comes to desserts, I get why Greg's won. But
Right,
I'm
they're
leaning
known. I mean, even
Cello's
President
food.
Obama went to Greg's for cake when
I'm
he was
leaning
here.
Cello's food.
I agree. Cello's food, Greg's cake.
I never
And also
really got
Greg's
dessert.
pickles. They're known for their pickles.
Oh yeah, and popcorn.
Mhm.
But I never got dessert often at Cello's.
Because you're so full from the all-you-can-eat chicken.
Goddamn right. All right, so
All right.
Greg's won that one.
Yes, Greg's one. So then we did Dunkin', which in Rhode Island, you can't drive more than 5 minutes without passing another Dunkin'. And it's pretty, I
Back
wasn't
roads. Obviously
at
not on
all.
the highway.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But you can take any exit and there's going to be a Dunkin' within 5 seconds. I was not surprised by the results. That iced coffee got 86%.
So we went hot versus iced.
Yes.
I'm not surprised either. Like I said, I only get hot really from Dunkin' during the fall.
To get that
I'm
pumpkin
not
spice.
getting pumpkin iced. That
No.
shit is gross. When
No,
it's like,
sometimes you order pumpkin ice cream sometimes, and when like really late in the summer,
oh yeah,
or even no. So okay, so when it's late in the summer and it's cool, I get it because you're moving into fall and
I don't
pumpkin is
do
good.
any pumpkin
sometimes
until
you do-
September 1st.
No, that's not true. You've ordered pumpkin ice cream
No.
at the ice cream shop in the summer, and I've been like, that's not okay.
No, September 1st.
Okay, if you
I'll
say
get it on
so.
Labor Day weekend.
Okay.
Yeah, it's got to be a burr month because then it's cold.
Okay.
September, October,
Yeah,
November,
you just love pumpkin.
December.
You love pumpkin.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. So I think some people, the coffee preference
good.
is seasonal. Some people get iced in the summer and hot in the fall and winter.
I lean that way.
And me too, most of the time. Because I just want a hot drink in the winter. But a lot of people, true Rhode Islanders, it's like a thing that you get iced coffee year round.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I have known Rhode Islanders that will get hot year round no matter what.
Mhm.
So like
Your mom.
my mom, like older people specifically, and I don't mean any disrespect. I just don't know a lot of young people that drink hot coffee year round. But
Mhm.
I have seen older small hot black.
Yep. Yeah. Yep.
And
Iced coffee.
blistering
Mhm.
hot day, small hot black.
Remember when I used to get iced coffee with extra with a shot of blueberry?
Gross.
French vanilla. It tasted like a blueberry muffin, but oh my God, it was
Diabetic.
so bad. I know, it was so bad. So
Medium
sweet.
ice, skim milk only, 3 Truvias.
I love their flavor shots. If I get an iced coffee, I'll get like a caramel or
Sure.
caramel coconut or something like that.
America does
Um,
run on Dunkin' and Rhode Island runs
yeah.
on it harder.
Yep, it's true.
Go down Middle Spring Avenue and count how many Dunkins you see. It's absurd.
Mm-hmm.
What's next?
All right, so our next one was possibly our most controversial, and I think the closest matchup that we had was our donut poll, which was PVD versus Alley's. And this was another discussion about Providence versus other places in the state because Alley's is like a South County staple. And Alley's did win by a small margin, 56% to 44% PVD.
I feel like if you don't have a 90s month, what are we doing?
Well, so Alley's is more, I feel like
It's a traditional donut.
it's more simple. And to me, so I voted for PVD only because
course
I've
I
had PVD more and I really do appreciate their creativity and the, originality
Yeah.
behind their donuts. As far as it being an actual, like a good tasting, like a solid donut, I think Alley's, and even like, I know it's not Rhode Island, Krispy Kreme is like,
it was once.
yeah, but like the simplicity, like it's a good, solid donut. Like-
Krispy Kreme donuts are only good when they come off the conveyor belt.
Well, they're really, that's the thing about Alley's too. They're really fresh. And
Right.
PVD are too, but like
They
the
make
next
them fresh
day-
daily.
yeah, but
They
get
sell
stale
out
fast.
every day.
I know. And they're
Every day.
delicious.
Even now during the pandemic, they're selling out every day.
Mhm.
And we get it twice a year.
Yep.
Twice.
Mm.
Christmas,
At least twice. You
No.
find other reasons to
Christmas,
get it.
and March.
Yeah.
March is the 90s month.
Yes.
We
Yeah.
have to do
I know
the
you
90s
can't argue
one.
with that. I know. And I think I
we
posted
waited in line. Remember the first year we
Mhm.
went? We woke
Yeah.
up at like 6 a.m.
yeah, and then we realized you could order ahead.
and we were 12 deep when we
Yeah.
got there.
Mhm.
We were the 12th and 13th people there
Mhm.
in line waiting
Yeah.
for this place to open.
Yep.
I get Alley's. I get that it's a Rhode Island staple, and as a donut, it's a good donut. And the downfall about PVD is that once you've had like 3 of them, they start to all taste
God,
the same.
3. I feel like after I've had like a half of one,
No,
I'm like,
sorry. Like if you've had a bite of
oh yeah.
they like especially their brioche, they start just
Right.
to
It's just
taste
the topping
same.
is different.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they look amazing.
The sugar glaze around them just sort of blends in.
That's
and
why I
it's
like their filled donuts because they're very different. They're very specific flavors.
the wild berry Pop-Tart
And the cinnamon toast crunch.
and the Fruity Pebble.
Yep.
Cereal milk.
Yep.
Bomb.
Now we're just talking about food.
So I voted for PVD, but I get why Allie's one.
Yep. And another one we should mention is Need Donuts in Providence, which
Never
that
had
was
Need.
I haven't either, but I know that they're also amazing. And I guess there's like a serious rivalry between Need and PVD because they're both in Providence. But
Team PVD, bro.
Allie's is another Rhode Island staple, so
Team
it's important to
PVD
mention
all
them
the way.
too. So the next one was also well, it wasn't as close as I thought it was going to be. We did pizza.
I'm sorry. We did. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Tommy's versus Caserta.
Bro, I'm a Tommy's truther.
Well, you lived literally around the
I
corner.
lived down
from
the
Providence
street. I
location,
used
the
to
original.
work at Tommy's too
Yep.
in Cranston. Tommy's truther for life. I get Caserta's. It's got the Mr. Potato Head and everything cool. No.
And they've both been around for a really long time.
There have been nights when I worked at Tommy's too when the owner of Caserta's ate at Tommy's too. That's all you need to know.
Yeah. And I'm not really a big red meat person, but the pepperoni on the Tommy's pizza.
When they
I put it in the thing,
themselves
yeah.
into a bowl of
it's
grease.
like a bowl of it's a little cup of pepperoni. It's a pepperoni cup filled with grease, and it's amazing.
3 layers. I used to work there. So you do a line at the top. It's a square or rectangle. We call them square. Pizza in Rhode Island. Top, middle, bottom. Row of pepperoni.
Yep.
It is to die for. And the crust is perfect.
Yep.
Perfect crust to toppings ratio.
The sauce is really flavorful.
It's so good. I get Caserta's. It's a
Caserta's
novelty.
is really good too.
Wimpy Skimpies, dude. I'll get a Wimpy Skimpy, which is a spinach pie with
Yep.
pepperoni in it and cheese, basically. But Tommy's all day. It's not even close.
So Tommy's
won
won
that? Yeah.
73%. I was surprised it
That
won
makes me
by
happy.
that much. Yeah.
Yeah.
I might have biased people by talking about the pepperoni cups.
Yeah, I don't care.
So their next one this was our Friday poll was pizza and beer. So for beer, we chose Narragansett,
Gansett.
and Foolproof, which there were several. I was back and forth about which local brewery to add in there. Foolproof. There's
So it was
also Grey
initially,
Sail.
yes, it was Foolproof versus Gray Sail.
Right,
at first.
and then we
I was
said,
like,
well,
we can't do this.
Right, and
without
I
Gansett.
was hesitant to put Gansett only because they're technically not brewed in Rhode Island. They're brewed in New York, but they are coming to Rhode Island.
And some beers
Yeah.
are brewed in Rhode Island.
Right.
And if you go to their official Facebook, their headquarters is in Rhode Island.
So they're a Rhode Island company.
They are a
Yeah.
Rhode Island beer. Heads up. If you guys are Jaws fans, watch Jaws. Quint is drinking a Narragansett beer.
Yep.
They
The old school can.
Sometimes they re-release those cans.
Yep. That's right.
And when I met up with my friend from Canada in February, I gave him a sixer tall boys, and I was like, I want you to try to pronounce that. And he was like,
It was hilarious.
a Narragansett. A Narragansett.
Gansett. He ended up saying Gansett.
I was like, no, it's just a Gansett.
Yeah.
That's it.
There's a lot of names like that in Rhode Island.
Tall boys, man.
It's all the
I'm
tribal
drinking one
nations.
right now.
Yeah. They all have
Del
really
Shandy.
hard to pronounce names.
This is the perfect, like, I remember when these first came out, people were going, you couldn't find them.
Yeah.
Del Shandy, now they're everywhere.
Yep.
So
and
good.
They have a
They're
a
not
coffee.
that good.
They also they're
So
pretty good. I mean, on a hot summer day, they're
Yes.
extremely refreshing. They also have a coffee stout, which I think is it Autocrat?
It's autocrat.
Yeah. Yep. Which is the other thing you tried to explain to your Canadian
Coffee
friend.
milk.
You brought him a bottle of Autocrat coffee syrup.
So if anybody outside of Rhode Island is listening to this, coffee milk is a thing in Rhode Island. It's the official drink of Rhode Island. It is much like chocolate milk, so you get the chocolate syrup and milk, but it's coffee flavored.
Right,
Not
there's no
chocolate
coffee
flavored.
in it.
There's no coffee. And it is, you have that and a hot wiener all the way. We'll
yeah,
get
we're
to that in a
getting
minute. You're in.
Yep.
You're in. God.
Yep. So after beer,
Yeah, who won that one?
Gansett,
Of course.
58%, Foolproof, 42.
Nothing against Foolproof.
Nope.
It's just Gansett.
Yeah. Yep. I agree. The next one was your favorite unique Rhode Island food.
I
And
swear
that
to God,
was-
if anybody calls these pizza strips,
Yeah, you've gotten
Or
into it with
party
a few people
pizza.
about that.
it is Rhode Island pizza.
Yeah. So yeah, we did
sauce and dough.
Rhode Island pizza versus hot wieners.
Also, not a hot dog.
Right. It's definitely different from a hot dog, and it's served a specific way with specific toppings.
Let me illustrate this to you. Rhode Island pizza is squared, in the tray, but it's bigger. Sauce, dough, that's it.
Yeah.
All baked together.
No cheese.
So, sometimes they put the grated cheese on
Sprinkle
top.
of
I don't
Parmesan.
buy that. I'm not doing that.
No, it's not melted like bubbly cheese like regular pizza.
Or
And it's cold.
no sauce.
Ugh.
Garlic powder.
The white pizza.
I like the white pizza. I
I'm
can
not a
deal
fan.
with it. But the true pizza is the red. You get white or red. That's how you call it. You
Right.
say white or red. Wieners. So hot dogs are like, them as like the leftover stuff. Like, so
Yeah.
when you're at like a factory farm and the stuff left over, like the guts and stuff,
Oh God.
they make those into hot dogs. This is the stuff that's left over from that. And they make them into wieners.
And this is our like signature food.
You do not make it a habit to eat those.
This is a special occasion.
They will kill you if you have them daily. And fun fact, if you do go to Rhode Island, you want to try a wiener at New York System in Olneyville, which is the original, do not bring them in your car and take them somewhere. Eat them there.
Your car will smell forever.
Forever. Or at worst, put them in the trunk.
Yeah.
Like a dead body. I remember we were at a bachelor party, my buddy's bachelor party, and we went to Newport party, came back to Olneyville, and we bought wieners. We were in a limo, and the limo driver was like, I'm cool with it, but you cannot eat them in the limo. You have to put them in the trunk.
Yep.
And we're like, that's fine.
Yeah.
Deadly.
Mm-hmm.
Who won?
So pizza won.
Of course.
By a narrow margin.
It's the healthier of the two. It won't kill you.
This was actually slightly closer than the donuts matchup. Rhode Island pizza won 55% to 45% wieners. Yep. And it was funny. I was like, my brother said he just ordered wieners the other day. He's like, I don't know what it was. I was just craving hot wieners and a coffee milk. So
All
I
the
got
way?
to take it. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
How else would you order it?
I don't do mustard.
I
I'm not
know.
a fan of mustard.
I know. But
I'll
the
do
meat
it.
sauce. Yeah.
Oh, I'll do
And
the
the
meat
onions.
sauce.
Yep.
Give me extra.
Mm-hmm.
That's death.
Yeah.
There's Taco Bell grade F beef meat, and then there's the wiener sauce.
Yeah.
This is not good. And
even-
you got to get it done right. You got to go to Olneyville, which
and they
like
go all the way
the
up the arm.
sweatiest, fattest, hairiest guy lines them up on his arms, all the buns on his arms. No protection, no gloves, no sleeve, just on bare skin. You're like, all right.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
Yeah, if you Google it,
eating
you'll see
someone's
pictures of
DNA.
that. Yeah. That's like their signature way of preparing them. They do like 20 at once.
My immune system must be fucking fantastic. It's got to be.
It's like one of those memes about COVID.
Or
Like,
back in
if
the
you've
day,
if you've ever eaten at Olneyville, New York system,
Yeah.
you're immune to COVID.
or if you ever had like fish and chips from Rhode Island where they wrapped it in actual newspaper and the ink got
that's a
all over the
thing.
fish,
Yeah.
and you're like, I don't care. I'm
Yeah,
just gonna
whatever.
eat ink and
Yeah.
other people's newspaper grease on me. Huh?
there are worse things. The last one, our final poll was yesterday because the Rustic Drive-In, Rhode Island's only drive-in movie theater, opened opened this weekend with certain, protocols
Quote unquote
in place.
guidelines.
But it's an awesome place. We love it. And their sign is pretty famous because it looks like an arrow, especially when it's all lit up. And, it's against the night sky, and the lights are highlighting the shape of the arrow that's directing you into the theater. But if you look at it during the day, really, what do you see?
What's so special, cookies?
What are you, blind? It's a cock! It's not a rocket, you sick
is
fuck!
this?
It's a cock!
Randolph,
Look,
get this guy out
it's
of
a
here.
cock and balls!
Get him out of here
The
right
dick!
now.
The chorizo and the huevos! It's a big
Yeah.
stiffy.
So, not surprisingly, most of our fellow Rhode Islanders recognize that the Rustic Drive-In sign is a penis.
If
and
you're
not
from
an
out of
arrow.
state, take the time, take a second. I'll give you the 5 seconds. Google Rustic Drive-In Rhode Island.
You will see
Look
it.
at the sign. There is an arrow above said cock. But underneath is inexplicably unapologetically a cock. Like, just this chode pointing towards the entrance. Just waiting for you. And as a child, when I used to go, I wasn't like, what is that? That's an arrow.
Right, it's subtle enough.
It's got to be like a weird finger pointing. This is the entrance. Nope.
It's true. It's like the balls are like, they serve a purpose because that's where they put the names of the movies.
Yes. So, yes. What you're going to drive in to see is on the ball sack of the entrance.
But then the rest of it is not necessary because above it is an arrow. So, why is that
the
piece
shaft?
there?
Why is the
Yes.
dick there? The dick is still there.
It's still there.
Guiding you. Enter. And I get it. Like, it used to be a porno drive-in, so, like, you need to... It makes sense.
But they just kept it.
We're not getting rid of the dick. And, like, you think in today's PC culture, you'd have a bunch of fucking Karens out there to be like, oh, my kids are going to see...
Well, that's what I mean. It's subtle enough.
There are no protests for
It's
this
subtle
dick.
enough, especially when you're going there and it's dark out. Like I said, the lights aren't highlighting that part of the sign, so you don't really.
No, but during the day...
Oh yeah, it's obvious as fuck.
When you're driving in, no one goes to the drive-in at night. You go there.
True. When you're arriving, it's still light out.
It's still light.
Yeah.
And you got to see the movies that you're reading. Oh, what's on the ball sack tonight? Oh, the Avengers. Sure. I'll see the Avengers on the sack.
So only 19% of our voters still think it's an arrow.
I don't want to call her out. But your mom had no idea what we were talking about. And like
I
today
know.
we talked to your dad. He's like, oh yeah, no, I used
Yeah,
to
it's a
go.
penis. Yeah, I used to go. I can confirm.
I
that was
frequented this porno.
that was
drive.
definitely a porno drive-in. Mm-hmm.
Woonsocket. Or is that technically North Smithfield?
Yeah, I think it's North Smithfield.
Mm.
Yep. You can always rely on my dad to point out the
And it is
dick
the
jokes.
bumpiest drive-in ever. Like, you drive in to get to your spot, you are going, it is not well paved. Like, this place is not well kept. It's just,
It's well used.
you get what you get.
It's awesome. It's a drive-in.
It
It's
is
great.
Rhode Island.
Yep.
Wrapping a bow on this. This made me love where I'm from so much more.
Mm-hmm.
Like, researching everything, being like, get the fuck out of here. No way.
Oh yeah, people bitch about Rhode Island all the time, but then nobody leaves.
Everybody
We're all
calls
still
it a
here.
trap.
Yep.
Maybe it's not a trap. Maybe it's the best. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it is. If you are from out of state, out of town, whatever, Rhode Island is so awesome. Non-pandemic times, to come to Newport, to come to Providence, come to the Situate Art Festival, St. Anthony's Feast, all these things.
Any of the feasts. Yeah.
So good. So go chill in Newport. Go check out the mansions. Go to.
We didn't even talk about the beaches
oh,
because
yeah.
you're not a huge fan of the beach. We've talked about
Well, that was going to
before,
be a poll, Gansett or Scarborough.
yeah,
but,
but there's a lot to choose
no
from.
one cares about Scarborough.
There's a lot of beaches. They're all pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's. I love the beach at night.
Mm-hmm.
Give me some Georges of Galilee in the beach at night.
Yeah.
Happy boy.
Block Island. We didn't even talk about Block Island.
Block. Yeah, we did. I sang the jingle.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Sail away on the Block Island ferry.
Yep.
Come with me to Block Island.
Oh my God.
I got sick on that. I went on the high speed. I got kind of sick.
Yeah, the ferry can be a little rough.
But I remember walking around the entire island. Island. And it didn't take me long, but
No, it's tiny.
it's so great.
Yep.
Christopher Walken has a house there.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
I usually go for work every year. I have a specific field work that I do out there, but it's awesome.
Yeah. Usually if you're working there, you have like some sort of room and board included.
Me specifically?
No. No, if you work there throughout the summer season.
Yeah, I think there are
like,
actually a lot of
restaurants and
places that they have businesses elsewhere, and then they just have a business on Block Island in the summer, and they actually bring their staff.
So
from-
that is like
yeah.
the island portion of
It's
Rhode
super.
Island.
It's like the tourist business there is.
Yeah, I don't know if it's
Crazy.
bigger than Providence though.
Oh, I think it is in
You
the
think so?
summer. Yeah,
Bigger than Newport?
maybe. I don't know. I think they're probably about equal. People come from all over to go to both places, Newport and Block Island.
Newport's the best. Taylor Swift had, I don't know if she still does,
What?
had a house.
No, it's in Watch Hill. We talked about that earlier.
Oh, does she still have it?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
okay.
like a summer home in Watch Hill,
Why
Westerly.
did I say it was in Newport?
It's not in Newport.
No, she used to get the cookies or the muffins or whatever.
Dave's.
Yeah.
Dave's Coffee. Yep, that's another amazing place. That's not far from where I work in
Yeah.
Charlestown. Yep, she tweeted about their cookies, and now I can't get a coffee in the middle of the day at work because it's so busy because everybody knows it from Taylor Swift tweeting about it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Rhode Island. It's the best kept secret.
It's
I'm not even drunk. Best kept secret
late.
in the United States, and I am proud to be from Rhode Island. Like it's unknown. People don't know what you're talking about when
We're
you
like
speak
low
about
key.
it. Low key, but when you're here, like the driving. Look, I'm scared to death to drive in Boston. Like I feel every time I drive in Boston, I'm going to die.
Yep.
And like in Boston, if you get into road rage, you're dead.
Yeah, pretty much.
If you're in Rhode Island,
It's
you get to road
relentless.
rage, you're like, whatever, dude.
People are pretty bad drivers here too, but
Oh, totally.
Boston is like
Terrible.
a whole nother story.
Blinkers are optional in Rhode Island.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
Yeah. Especially if you have a truck. You are guaranteed not to use a blinker. It's like, I'm just going to merge. I have a truck.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Mm-hmm.
But I would never, I have no intention on leaving Rhode Island and, wrapping a bow on this and sort of bringing it together as a parent. I'm very proud that our child is a Rhode Islander,
Mm-hmm.
born and raised.
Yep.
And Coventry, maybe we'll stay here.
Yeah, we'll see.
If we move away, it's still in Rhode Island, though.
Right. It won't be far. Stone's throw.
Oh, it's going to be very far. It's going to be like 20 minutes away.
I remember when we moved here, one of my friends said she was pregnant at the time, and she's like, if I can't get to your house before I have to pee again, it's too far.
My buddy says that. He's like, yeah, I have to pack a lunch to get to your house.
It's like 20 minutes
He's from
away.
Smithfield.
Yeah.
Fucking asshole.
That's Rhode Island.
Well, this has been fun for me. I hope it is fun for you,
Mhm.
and I hope it's fun for the listeners.
It was fun all week. Thanks for everybody who
Yes.
participated in our polls. It was really cool to see what everybody thought.
Shout out to all the businesses that we, spoke of, the food businesses, majority of them. Shout out to the Dick and the Rustic Drive-In. Shout out to Rhode Island Problems. If you guys want to know what it's really like in a sarcastic way to be from Rhode Island, follow Rhode Island Problems.
Yeah.
Rhode Island Probs. And yeah, visit Rhode Island. When this whole pandemic subsides, come to Rhode Island. I promise you it's fun. It's so fun and it's so great. But again, wrapping a bow on this, if you liked what you have heard, give us a subscribe, give us a follow. I should mention we are on YouTube now. If you guys like to consume your podcast and audio on YouTube for some reason, we're there, so you can find us While She's Napping on YouTube. Leave us a review, leave us a like on YouTube, subscribe to us there, or if you want to use your traditional podcast means, leave us a review. Please leave us a 5-star review and some short little blurb. Helps us out a bunch. And you can follow us on Twitter at She's Napping Pod. Hit us up on the facebook.com/While She's Napping. And
Or you can email us at whileshe'snapping@gmail.com.
what are some of your favorite Rhode Island things if you guys are from the state, or if you have visited the state, or you frequent the state? What are some of the things that you love about Rhode Island? We'd love to hear. If you want to make your own little poll on our Facebook page, we encourage you to do so. If you want to make a need poll, we encourage you to do so. I know that was a hot button issue.
And if you're not from Rhode Island, or you're not familiar with Rhode Island, and you want to know what the fuck we were talking about, if you want to know what was the weirdest thing that we talked about today, let us know.
Yeah. Or just go to the Facebook page, look at the pictures, and be like, "That's a Rhode Island pizza."
Yeah.
This is
What
dough.
the fuck is coffee milk?
There's dough and sauce. But until next time, we'll see you again next week. Take it easy.
Yep. Bye, everybody.